YouTube, what's going on? Another video, man. Yep, it's another video. I know y'all tired of seeing my ugly mug, but it's another video. What this video gonna be about? I need some lotion on my hands. I just got out the shower, so like my hands, feel real dry. That's why I'm doing that. It just feels funny. But this video is not about my hands. This video is about independent contractors. This what this video is about. Independent contractors. A viewer left a comment on my video talking about if any of y'all been on YouTube long enough, in the YouTube trucking YouTube world, everybody know Casanova 601, right? And like he's got a handful of videos that's talking about the differences between an independent contractor that's leased on to a big carrier and an independent contractor that's got their own truck and trailer and running on their own authority. Like this video is kind of like let me see. Here's the thing, like I agree with some of what Casanova is saying, and I really can't knock what he's saying because he's telling the truth. There's a big difference, and I'm not trying to knock what he's saying. I'm just, this video is on my opinion. This is my opinion. And see, a lot of guys, here's the thing. This kind of goes back to a lot of my videos. And like a lot of guys get caught up in definitions and status quo and a bunch of bullshit that really don't mean nothing. Like that back in that video when I was talking about don't sweat the small stuff, this is kind of like what I'm saying again. Don't sweat the small stuff. Because when it all boils down to it, we all making the same amount of money. You all making the same amount of money. The only way you gonna be able to make, the only way you're gonna be able to make more money and get out of this rat race, because this is what it all is. If you're a company driver, leased on to a carrier, or whatever you want to call it, you ain't no more than just a rat in the race. That's it. Because how these companies got all this shit set up, these companies got it all figured out. You're not gonna beat no big mega company, okay? You're not gonna beat them. And I take that back. The only way you're gonna beat them is to have a paid for a truck, and that's the only way you're gonna beat them. Until you get your equipment, your truck paid for and get the title to it, you always gonna be handcuffed and under the rule of a company. You always gonna have that monkey on your back, so to speak. And these companies got to figure it all out, because it's like a lot of guys, they don't understand. They just don't understand about business. And I'm not trying to pick on y'all, but I mean, I appreciate y'all coming on to my channel and listening to me talk, because I ain't nobody. I'm just a guy with a camera and a truck. You don't know me. So, but here's the deal. The differences between an independent contractor who's leased on and an independent contractor who's running on his own authority, like, there's a difference, but I mean, when it all boils down to it, there's like some very small differences, and it's like, you know, those differences are kind of like, they're small differences in the scope of, like, we all drivers out here and we all trying to make some fucking money. That's it. And like I was saying before, it's like, okay, the guy who got his own authority, got his own truck and trailer, either he's leasing it or he's got the truck through a bank, financing the truck and trailer, it don't matter. He's responsible for that equipment. The same way that independent contractor is responsible for his equipment, I'm responsible for my equipment. If something goes wrong with this truck, I'm responsible. Snyder could care less. The only thing Snyder's gonna be worrying about is their damn trailer in the back. That's all they're gonna worry about. So I just wanted to point that out, because every week I get a settlement. Okay, every week I get a settlement. I have gross revenue, and then I have expenses deducted from that revenue. I pay insurance, I pay road taxes, I pay base plates, I'm paying for fuel, and if I take my truck to the shop may deduct some stuff for whatever the case may be. If I take the truck into a shop, I'm paying for maintenance. I'm responsible for this fucking truck. So, like, the difference between an independent contractor who has his own truck and trailer and somebody who's leased on is that somebody who's leased on to a carrier, they're getting the work exclusively from that carrier that they're leased on. An independent contractor who has his own truck and trailer, he got his own authority, they can broker work from wherever they want to. They have more flexibility, which makes them a true independent contractor. But in the same way, I gotta have money put back for maintenance. I gotta have money put back for breakdowns. I gotta have money put back for taxes, road taxes, insurance. The same thing, the independent contractor who has his own truck and trailer, they got to do the same thing. Only thing is, they have more stuff to be responsible for. They got a trailer. They have to have cargo insurance and stuff like that. So, but here's the deal. I always have to go back to my other video when I was talking about don't sweat the small stuff, because those little differences don't mean shit. Because the problem is, the guys that watch my videos and make those comments, these guys don't even have a truck or nowhere close to a truck. It's always like somebody said or who said or whatever. Now, this is my channel, and clearly I have a truck, and I have the ability to tell you the differences between independent contractor who's got his own truck and trailer, because I know guys who have their own truck and trailer with their own authority. I know them personally. I have the numbers in my phone. I can call them up right now. And I'm in a truck right now. I'm leased on to a carrier. So it's like, I'm here to tell you those differences are you know, it's when it comes down to it, we're here to make money. And I put my settlement next to those guys who got their own truck and trailer, quote unquote independent contractor, quote unquote. We make the same amount of money. We take home net after expenses. Once we walk away from the truck, we take home cash in our hand, the same amount of money. I have the ability to net the same amount of money as an independent contractor. He may gross more, but his expenses, after expenses, is the same. So, guys, again, the difference between independent contractor who's leased on, the difference between a guy who got his own truck and trailer, there are differences, but it's not really a big difference. I mean, the differences between that guy, he may have the ability to negotiate on rates. You know, you can call up a broker you can pull freight from any carrier that he wants to and stuff like that. And a guy like that, they putting up a lot more risk. They putting up a hell of more risk. You gotta have a lot of money put back to run like that. You're a carrier, so you got your own DOT numbers. You are a fucking carrier. Like an independent contractor who's got his own authority and got his own truck and trailer, that kind of contractor sit next to JB Hunt, Snyder, and the rest of them. He's just a small carrier. Like with me, I'm running under somebody's authority, and it just happened to be Snyder's. So, that's just the point, man. It's like that. I mean, there are differences, but it's in the scope of things. It's just like it's not really differences because we all out here in trucking. We all responsible for our equipment in some way, and that's just the deal. So it's just like that independent contractor just has more responsibility than I do, and I bump into guys who got their own authority, and for a one-man show, they tell me it's not even worth it. They'll go and run up under a carrier's authority any day, just because after the paperwork and all the headache and time, it's really not worth it, because we are making the same amount of money. You know what I mean? So but you do get independence. You get to do what you want, pull whatever freight that you want, whatever. So you do have that independence. I mean, like, I can't go and pull a JB Hunt load. I can't do that. I can, but then I can't. Because with Snyder, if I want to do that, I have to cover up their DOT numbers and put JB Hunt's numbers on the truck. And the logistics of doing it is just a lot of work of doing that. Because then I have to sign a contract for JB Hunt. I have to, whatever carrier, Swift or whatever, I have to sign their contract to pull their freight. So it's almost like I have to go through an orientation. They have to hire me and shit like that. So it's kind of like, by the time you do it, the profit isn't there. It's just a waste of time. But yeah, man, it's just a quick video, man, about the differences between leased on independent contractors and contractors who got their own DOT numbers. All right. I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.